Kitchen tips for a healthy life. Can you store coconut milk in the fridge? If grated coconut is kept in room temperature for more than half an hour, it will get spoiled. The same goes for extracted milk from coconut. If you need to use coconut or coconut milk later, keep it in a closed container inside the fridge. Do not store until the next day unless you live in a colder place. In Kerala, it's advisable to store the grated coconut and extracted coconut milk in the freezer. Next, is it okay to add ordinary water to boiled drinking water? No, boiled water reduces the risk of pathogenic germs. However, when cold water is added to boiling water, the temperature of the water is reduced by half. At this temperature, the germs in the cold water may not completely destroy. So, it's better not to add cold water to boiling water. Can we use pickles after removing the mold on top? No. If pickles without preservatives are kept in the open, the fungus will start to appear. The fungus will be white-black and at other times be very colorful. If you keep the pickle outside for 2 or 3 days, the fungus will be there. Most of us are likely to remove the fungus with a spoon and use it. But then any kind of fungus can be dangerous. Make sure not to offer that pickle to the elderly or children. Avoid using pickles infected with black fungus. It's also dangerous to consume fungus-infected lentils. If you want to find out if your homemade pickles are bad, we have a small, simple tip. Check to make sure the jar is not leaking, bulging or cracked. When you open the jar, inspect your pickles. A white film or foam on the top of the jar means the produce has spoiled. If you notice the food has changed color or smell, it's best to toss it. Also, you can preserve pickles without adding any preservatives. Some of the ingredients added in a homemade pickle are turmeric, salt, oil, jaggery, mustard, cumin seed, dried chili powder and tamarind, and they act as natural preservatives. Also keep it in a glass jar and always try to avoid any contact with water. Things to keep in our mind while using the Chinese food. Chinese food, especially fried rice, can cause food poisoning to many. The poisoning is caused by the bacillus bacteria found in the rice used to make fried rice. These bacteria tend to survive in food that remains undercooked. A few hours after consuming fried rice, you will have tummy ache and vomiting. The best way to kill germs is to boil the rice at a high temperature while preserving the fried rice. Also, when you are choosing sauces, stick to brands that are not overloaded with salt or MSG. You don't need to find a sauce that has an entirely clean deck, but avoid those that have an unbalanced overall very salty flavor. When you are picking soy sauce, go for good brands. Some soy sauces have been watered down or haven't been fermented properly and have salt and other fillers added. Soy sauce is not about just the salt, it's about the rounded, umami flavor. Too salty, they have added salt. Light soy sauce is the first fermentation. It's the first press of the soybean, so it's lighter in color. It also tends to be saltier and is used for seasoning. Dark soy sauce has been fermented for longer, so it's deep, thicker and higher viscosity and used to add thickness of color. It's also not as salty and it's used for braised dishes and for marinating. Importantly, use a wok while cooking your fried rice and stir fried veggies. A saucepan is the wrong shape because it has a wide base. When you're cooking with it, you're chasing the food around as opposed to the food falling to the center. It's a curvature of the wok that allows you to toss the food and for it to be cooked evenly. I'll catch you with interesting videos like this. Until then, bye from your Zuma Selvakumar. Thank you. Have a nice day.